card debt has hit $1 trillion for the first time ever. More and more Americans are using credit cards to pay for everyday expenses. The interest rate for the credit card has also hit an all-time high of 20.33%. The last high was in 1991. So for example, if you have $5,000 in debt, which the average American already does have, that means with this current high APR of 20.33%, it would take you 277 months and $7,723,000 of interest to pay off this debt with minimum payments. Moreover, I also want to talk about the personal savings rate in America, and we can see month over month that it has decreased. So what is a personal savings rate? Personal savings is basically all the money that is left after people's expenses and taxes. This is the disposable income that people save. And in June 2023, it was 4.3%. Whereas in May 2023, it was 4.6%. In 2023, Bankrate had done a survey for America's finances, and what they have found is that a significant portion of America doesn't even have an emergency fund. 57% of US adults are uncomfortable with the emergency savings they have. Emergency savings definitely needs a boost because only 43% of adults believe that they don't have money for an unexpected emergency expense and they would have to use their savings to cover that expense. Moreover, more and more people are going into debt. 36% of people have more credit card debt than savings. Now, I want to talk about two important things. First one is how to get out of debt and how to build wealth. And the second thing I want to talk about is actually the household net worth by age. So CNBC in 2021 had actually compiled the average net worth and the median net worth of people within a specific age. So if you look at from the ages of 35 to 44, the average net worth is like $500,000 and the median net worth is like $91,000. So clearly majority of the people fall within the median net worth because the higher end of the spectrum are obviously screwing up these average net worth numbers. So if you look at the median net worth, which is probably the case for most Americans, it is around $91,000. So, but how to get to that goal even earlier? Charlie Munger says that saving up your first $100,000 is one of the hardest things to do. But once you do that, making the next $100,000 and growing your money to that place will be a lot easier. But even before you start saving for investing and growing your wealth, you have to get out of debt. As we can see, 36% of people have more debt than actual savings. Now, I firstly thought this was more of an income issue. If you have seen Caleb Hammer's videos on YouTube, he's a personal finance YouTuber, and people come like regular day, people come onto his channel and they talk about their finances. And honestly, I thought that was very, very eye-opening, where people make amazing money, but it's just their spending habits are so bad. And that's how we have been, like, I feel like fed into, like, since we've been younger, like this spending habit where we would spend money first instead of saving it for our own life. We would rather go out, go to travel, do other non-important things than stay home and save your money. So I thought that was very interesting. So sometimes it's not an income issue, it is more about making sure you have a budget and you're staying on track and doing the most with the amount of money you are making. And then the second step is to obviously make more money. Now, for people that are in debt, obviously I think the 7 Baby Steps by Dave Ramsey is literally one of the best tools on a high level. Step 1 is to have an emergency fund of $1,000. Second is to pay off debt with the snowball method. That means you're basically paying off debt with the lowest amount first, and then you are saving 3 to 6 months of fully living emergency fund, so all your living expenses will be all saved up. And then from step 4, you start saving 15% of your household income for retirement. So into your 401ks or RRSP. And then step 5 is then the college fund, and then it is to pay off your home early and then to build wealth. But we literally just need to get into like step 4. Now, Dave Ramsey also has a whole page on how to get out of debt, and a lot of things I really agree with, and he has done an amazing job compiling it. Obviously, the first thing is to have a budget, stay within your means, stick to your budget. If you're not good with having a budget, then use like cash, put cash in envelopes. So like $50 will go to groceries, $100 will go to something, and only that money is spent. Sell your car, which I've heard is very often, because the average monthly payment for these cars are $667, which is super high. You can use public transport until you get out of debt, and then once you have your money, you can buy a new car and won't be crushed in debt. Obviously, have a side gig. I feel like a lot of people are not credit card people. If you are not using your credit card like a debit card, you should not be having it. And a lot of people do have credit cards in the first place. It is because they don't have money. So a good place to start is to literally know where your money is going and have a budget. And I'm pretty sure if you really look at trying to save money somewhere within your life or where you're spending money, I'm pretty sure you can do it. And finally, I want to talk about the household net worth by age. I thought that was very interesting, and it's kind of like an eye-opener, and hopefully if you follow these steps that Dave Ramsey recommends, or even if you just do basic personal finance, if you do your research and just follow those basic steps, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to save $100,000 a lot faster than what we have here. So it's very exciting. So less than 35, the median net worth is like 13K. The average net worth is 76. So you can see the average is skewed. Like, people making so much money probably make so much money that the average number is skewed by so much. 35 to 44, they're making around 100 grand. 45 to 54, around 200K is the median net worth. And then you can see that for the median net worth, over 75, you have around $250,000, whereas for the average net worth, you have around $1 million. So we need to look at how we can reach the $1 million-ish by the time we're hitting retirement. And for that, we have to look at compound interest. But before we get into that, the most important thing is to develop good habits when you're younger. So the first goal once you're out of debt is to have your $100,000. Charlie Munger literally said is one of the best things you can do for yourself, and it requires constant discipline, and that discipline you will carry forward to your whole life. And you can definitely reach this average net worth when you are 65 to 74 years old of $1 million if you just save your money and invest into like a low, like an index fund, like an S&P 500 SPY. If you invest in it, your money will grow to $1 million by the time you will be ready for retirement. So, for example, if we started with an initial investment of $0, you have started to contribute $2,000 at the age of 25, which for a lot of people is when they start their full-fledged careers. If you start putting $2,000, this is just an example, and you put it in for 40 years, so by the time you are 65 and ready for retirement, the estimated interest rate is 8%. Usually the S&P 500 returns 8 to 10%. I took 8%. In 40 years, you will have $6.2 million. So at this point, it's not even rocket science. It's just constant discipline for a long amount of years. And if you do that, you definitely reach your goal. Now, I put 2,000. For some people, it will be less or more. Maybe when you're younger, you won't have that much disposable income. When you get older, you will invest more. But on an average, the point I'm trying to make here is that if you consistently invest since you're younger, you have a focus on your personal finance, your money will grow. And the earlier you start, the better it is. Like, it is more important for you to invest when you're like 25 to 45 than it is to invest from 45 to 65. Like your money won't have that impact or like that curve of it growing. But the earlier you start, the better it is. So I hope this video provided some insight, gave you some ideas to firstly have the drive to get out of debt and to consistently invest, because you will definitely see the results when you're older, and it's just amazing. It's kind of crazy, and at this point, like if you consistently invest, you will definitely be more than the average net worth by the time you're ready for retirement, which is all amazing. It just requires so much discipline and sacrifice. You might not be able to go to a place you wanted to travel, not now, but you will be able to when you will be older. So I hope you like this video, got something out of it, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.